Haunted Mansion is another Disney attraction made into a movie. It's not the first Haunted Mansion, but hopefully it'll be the last. Let's review it. Haunted Mansion stars Lakeith Stanfield, Rosario Dawson, Owen Wilson, and is directed by Justin Simien. Let me take that back. I don't think Haunted Mansion should never get a movie made again, because I do think there was potential for the property. But we're going to review the actual movie here, the 2023 movie. I saw this about a week ago at a press screening, and after I finished the movie, I think I had a lot of other things going on, busy with work, so I didn't really get a chance to review it, but I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I could let it settle. Because sometimes when I walk out of a movie and I'm really angry at the movie, I don't like to sit down and review it immediately, because what if I'm wrong? You know, what if it settles in my brain and something good comes out of it, and then I feel like maybe I liked it more, or maybe I wanted to watch it again? I don't know.
We need your help.
If we don't solve this mystery, we're stuck here for eternity.
Unfortunately, that didn't happen. I could have reviewed it that same night, but yeah. So anyway, let's give you a quick plot synopsis. This isn't going to be the longest review, but I definitely want to give it its due. Okay, if there's some positives, I want to give you the positives. Also, I'm going to be reviewing this alongside a good friend of mine, Rachel from Rachel's Reviews. She mostly focuses on like Disney type material. I think every YouTuber, we all have our niche. My niche is horror, and she happens to do Disney films, right? And this happens to be a Disney film. So sometimes peanut butter and chocolate, they mix. And horror and Disney, it comes together. But also, Rachel and I, we've done a few collabs before, and she's just such a good friend. So definitely check out her review as well. She's going to be reviewing this. When hers drops, I will put a link, or I'll put a card right here too. But I'll put a link to her channel in the info box as well. But anyway, first off, let's give you a quick plot synopsis. Rosario Dawson plays Gabby. Her and her son, they end up taking over the Haunted Mansion, from the Disney ride. There are, of course, these ghosts, and the problem here is these ghosts, if you leave the Haunted Mansion, they follow you, they stay with you. So there's kind of this curse behind it. And so she enlists all these different personalities, very different personalities, from all walks of life, to come in and try to rid this mansion from these evil spirits. Or not so evil, I don't know. Now, I guess we can start off with what I like, or what I really wanted to like, was Lakeith Stanfield. Of course, Rosario Dawson's always super charming, okay? It's hard not to like her. But also Lakeith Stanfield, he is one of my favorite actors working today, honestly, just because he has this quality about him. Let's put it this way, there's no other actor that has a delivery like Lakeith Stanfield. I just love, he's kind of mesmerizing. He's kind of hypnotizing when you watch him act. I think he was the only good thing about this movie that I was sort of interested in, although they gave him, this dialogue in a script. Not that it's horrible dialogue, but it's just generic. And I think that is the overarching problem with this movie, is it feels like it only scratches the surface. It feels generic, and it really feels like Disney was just trying to capitalize again on a property. They have this crazy long history lately of trying to just rehash things over and over and over and over again, and I just don't understand why they keep doing this. And if you're gonna do it, maybe put out great movies, because Pirates of the Caribbean, was it a fluke? I don't know. But the movie is one of the funnest action-adventure movies I think ever created. And I don't think it's an accident. You had a great director like Gore Verbinski, but especially Johnny Depp. I mean, wow. Talk about a cultural phenomenon of a character in Jack Sparrow. You don't get any of that in this. There is no character in Haunted Mansion that's going to leap off the screen, Ironically, this movie is about ghosts that tend to leap off the screen. That's another problem with this movie too, is the ghosts are they're not creepy, they're not funny, they're not interesting, they're not memorable. They just scratch the surface. And I think when you're making what I'm assuming is a horror comedy, that's the route that they were going for with this. I mean, it's a family movie. If you're not funny and you're not scary, then what are you? You're forgettable. And that's exactly what this movie is. You got Owen Wilson coming in here. And I mean, let's face it, he pretty much plays Owen Wilson. He's got this type of delivery. It's crazy. I can't do an Owen Wilson impersonation, but it's right there in my head. I can't get it out of my mouth. I can already see the comments completely blasting me right now for my horrible impersonation of Owen Wilson, and I apologize to Owen Wilson. I guess if you love Owen Wilson, like you can't get enough of that type of performance, his performance. He is a signature style actor. Then yeah, maybe you will like him, although he's been far better in other movies. He plays this priest. But this movie feels like it was a formula. They wanted to take all these different characters from different walks of life and put them together and see if there's chemistry. And unfortunately, there's no chemistry at all. Everything just feels like it's mashed into each other and forced together, and again, just not memorable. Visually, it's nice looking. The ghosts look cool. I love the Haunted Mansion ride. It's probably my favorite Magic Kingdom ride. Me and my family, we go to that ride constantly. And I do think this is a ride that does have potential story-wise, because there are these little stories within the ride that you get to enjoy along the way, but you get them in like bite-sized moments, And I think like stuff with the bride, the Black Widow bride that kills her, husband after husband after husband, the way it's delivered in the ride is so fun. And I think there's potential for that. But what do? Do you do like a whole movie? Maybe that's what they should do. Do like a Haunted Mansion world and just tell that story and then just tell this other story. But unfortunately, they're taking all these different stories and trying to just kind of scratch the surface, giving you these moments throughout the movie. You're like, oh, I remember that from the ride. Oh, I remember that from the ride. So really, you're more longing for the ride than enjoying the movie, I guess. Unfortunately, this is a movie I'll never watch again. And I have to give this a 2 hours lost. I wanted a much better movie. It was boring. It was bland. I didn't even mention Jared Leto, and I think his career just keeps getting worse and worse and worse because, I think there was a time when Jared Leto showed a lot of promise, but he's that one character that I swear the second you walk out of this movie, and to give him credit, he does play a ghost, but the second you walk out of this movie, you won't even remember the character at all. This villain, he's the villain in the movie, he offers nothing to the table. So yeah, that's my review for Haunted Mansion, guys. Let me know down in the comments if you see this. And you know what? More importantly, if you bring your kids to this and they really enjoy it, then you know what? Mission accomplished. I would love to hear that. So let me know if you brought your children to this movie and they enjoyed it. I would love to hear if they did, and I'd be happy if they did. Also, be sure to come over to Killer Flicks, where we talk horror all day and every day. And on Fridays, we do Fearful Fridays. Follow me at Drumdums and on my socials. Support me on Patreon. Buy me a coffee. And guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Drumdum out.